コロコロ. That's a ping-pong ball rolling across the floor. Now add 2 tiny dots to the word. ゴロゴロ. Same word, but now it's a heavy suitcase tumbling around. 2 dots and everything got heavier. That's not a coincidence. Japanese movement words run on a sound code, and once you can read it, you can describe how anything moves, including how your whole day went. You already know Rule 1, dots make it heavy. But here's the strange part. Most of these words don't imitate any sound at all. Listen. 今日もバタバタした一日だった. Today was another hectic running around day. Nothing in that day flapped. Nothing banged. Bata bata paints how the day moved. Rushed, scattered, non-stop. Japanese has a whole class of words for this, called gyogo, the how you move words. How a person walks, rushes, hesitates, wanders. Not the sound of running, the style of it. Native speakers reach for them constantly in everyday conversation, and the next 3 pairs are the ones you'll actually use. Quick test, and you already have the tool to pass it. 2 spinning words, くるくる and ぐるぐる. One is a spinning top. The other is your head when you're dizzy. Which is which? Look at the dots. くるくる is light and quick. コマがくるくる回る. A little top spinning away. ぐるぐる is heavy and endless. 道に迷ってぐるぐる歩き回った. I got lost and walked in circles. And when that spinning moves inside you, 目がぐるぐるする. You're dizzy. Now rule 2. Undouble the word and add a small tsu. くるっと. One quick turn, finished. くるっと後ろを向く. You whip around once. Doubled means it keeps going. Small tsu means it happened once. Now, the trap. Your friend is exhausted, and you want to say, take it easy, go slow. Japanese hands you 2 slow words, のろのろ and ゆっくり. Choose wrong, and you've just called your friend sluggish. のろのろ is annoyed slow. のろのろ運転 is the crawling traffic that makes everyone late. ゆっくり is kind slow, unhurried with time to spare. So the line you want is ゆっくり休んでね. Rest up, take your time. Even better, ゆっくりする by itself means to relax. 風呂に入ってゆっくりする. A bath and then absolutely nothing. And here's a freebie. ゆっくり has become such an ordinary adverb that it fits anywhere, even polite conversation. Same idea, higher stakes. Someone's walking around with no destination. One of these words means a lovely afternoon. The other can get the police called. ぶらぶら or うろうろ. Lock in your guess. ぶらぶら is the happy one. 街をぶらぶら歩く. Strolling through town, no plans, no worries. うろうろ is the unsettling one. 家の前を知らない男の人がうろうろしている. Some stranger keeps circling in front of my house. English calls both of those wandering. Japanese makes you pick the mood. So how do these actually go into a sentence? 2 routes, that's it. Route 1, put the word right before a motion verb with an optional と. 牛がのろのろと歩いている. A cow plods along. 廊下をバタバタ走る. Someone thunders down the hallway. Notice no と that time. With these doubled words, both versions are correct. Route 2, skip the motion verb entirely and add する. Now the word is the whole activity. バタバタする, to be in a frantic rush. うろうろする, to loiter. The difference is simple. With と, you're coloring an action. With する, the word becomes the action. And here's where these little words get genuinely powerful. They don't stay in the physical world. Remember ごろごろ, the heavy suitcase from the start? On a Sunday afternoon, the heavy rolling thing is you. 休みの日に家でごろごろする, lazing around the house all day. The same word covers thunder rumbling in the distance and a cat purring on your lap. One feeling, heavy, rolling, continuous, stretched across your entire life. That's the deep rule of this whole word class. How something moves becomes how life feels. Physical spinning becomes thoughts going in circles. Flapping becomes a hectic week. 最近バタバタしてる. Things have been hectic lately. The moment a movement word describes a state instead of a motion, it has crossed a boundary, and native speakers slide across it every single day. One warning before you run off with these: they live in conversation, chats, texts, stories with friends. In a formal report, they can sound childish. There, you'd write 急いで instead. But tonight, when someone asks about your day, you finally have the good answers. 今日もバタバタした一日だった. The hectic day. Or the dream. 今日は家でゴロゴロした. I lazed around at home. And the code goes with you. Dots make it heavy. Doubling keeps it going. Small tsu means once. It'll decode movement words you haven't even met yet. So, be honest. Today, bata bata day or goro goro day?